hate computers. I hate computers. I want to kick the computer in the butt. I do. Hey, RC guy. Good show today, bud. I enjoy waking up to your voice every morning. Looks like I'm only going to be doing a show for you today. I was wondering if 4 o'clock was too early for me. I put the computer over here today, so maybe I can see the comments a little better. Hopefully it doesn't affect bothering with the car there. Alright, bud. Let's go. See it now. Yeah, I was just messing around last night. I threw the drag tires on the back just to see what it would look like with a drag tire. Funny. I grabbed a regular crawler tire, and my crawler tires are actually taller than these drag wheels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick with the factory wheel that came on the car for my drag slick. That's what I'm going to use. Because the drag slick and the factory tire are almost the same height and same size. The factory tire is about 1/8 of an inch shorter, maybe. Roughly 1/8 of an inch shorter. And it's exactly the same width. Actually, it's got more tread surface because this rounds off quicker. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to use for my RC guy budget drag build. Just a factory wheel tire that came with it. So that's what the back will look like. Like I said, I was just messing with that other tire to see what it looked like. And then I just stretched one of these 2.2 Hoosiers I got over the front wheel last night and took a picture of it to see what it looked like with the drag tire and these on. Like I said, these are for these back drag wheels, and these tires here are for my rat rod trophy transfer from short course to drag. So that's what that stuff's for. And I put a little post out earlier about parts. Drives me crazy. I don't know. 5 days ago, I ordered all the parts from right from Team Associated. I ordered them to transfer that rat truck into a drag. And I got some parts today. Well, this part, only part. Even though I ordered everything for the build from the same site at the same time. I ordered it all. I put it all into one thing and then bought it. So wouldn't you think they'd send it all in one box on the same day, not piece it out 3, 4, 5 days until you get all your pieces? I just don't get it. Maybe it's cheaper because maybe this is light enough they can send it regular mail and it don't cost them. Maybe that's what it is. I have no idea. I just know it. Depressing when you wait for stuff and then you only get a little piece, and then not everything you need to even start doing anything. So I'll just throw that over there. I'll file that with the rest of the stuff. Alright, where's my... Kind of cleaned up a little bit today. It was really messy around here. So I did a little cleaning, put some cardboard on the table, hung up a few more little trinkets on the wall, my other set of drag tires and drag front wheels and stuff like that. Put another battery in the Red Cat. You know that Red Cat sign? RC guy, that Red Cat sign right there? Ran for 2.5 weeks on a battery before it just finally died, I think 2 days ago. And it's crazy, so I just threw another battery in it this morning. I think that's funny as heck. What is that? What is what, bud? What is this? This is a cheap, how do you say the name? Where's the dang box? Oh, right here. It was a cheap Enosi, or Enozo, or, I don't know how to pronounce the name of it. That's what it was. It was $100, basically, get into the hobby grade start of RCs. So it's kind of a mix between toyish grade and hobby grade. You know, you can buy all replacement parts for it. They do have upgraded parts and stuff like that. I just took it from this and I made a body up, a little drag style Ford body for it. Looks pretty cool on there when you put it on. And I took the front end apart, took the axles out, turned it to two-wheel drive, and I did a burnout with it. It was first started out as my burnout truck. Well, first actually it started out as a sand buggy. Then I was building it for a road car, and then RC Drag, yeah, that's what I ought to call him. RC Guy's Garage set up a little budget drag competition where you just take anything you got on the shelf, and whatever you got for spare parts, just chuck them in it. Try to build a drag car out of it. Don't spend to, and see what you can build. So I ripped the sand buggy off the shelf that was, like I said, turning into my road car, and at first I tried doing four-wheel drive burnouts with it. But the tires that I had on it were my road tires, and they were way too super sticky and soft, so all they did is ash up and cover my garage floor with rubber, which was cool in its own, but I wanted smoke. So I tore the front axles out. I put a 3900 kV motor in this. So I tore the front axles out and put all that power to the rear tires and swapped out the tires from the sticky road tires to more of a harder, still a road tire, but more of a harder compound tire. And what ended up happening is this side here, I broke something inside the rear end, so that's what I'm going to be doing right now, is taking it apart to see what I broke. But it still allowed me, for some reason, to have drive on this side, so I just roasted the rear right tire until I split it. And I got smoke, finally. I got the outcome I was looking for. So, yeah. And I just threw these drag tires. I have a Trophy Rat from Team Associated, and I'm turning that into a drag car, just like RC Guy Garage in Earl Moorhead. They have DR10s. Well, that's what I'm turning mine into. But I'm doing mine as a build. So I'm ordering the parts to do it. These are front A-arms, or control arms, we don't call them. A-arms, I believe. And I bought the narrower set, so I can shrink it up and get the bodies to fit right. But that's kind of what we're doing right now. We're just going to be tearing this little thing apart and kind of seeing what broke. Now that I cleaned up a little bit, I probably won't be able to find anything that I want. It looks like a Summit. Yeah, no, it's tiny, bud. It's tiny. It's not very big. Here's a remote control. I don't know what my tape measure is, but it's It's basically 2 remote controls long, and this remote's about 6 inches. So the whole car itself is about 12 inches, 12 and a half, somewhere in there. I mean, if you add in the bumper, obviously if you add in the bumper, that adds another 2.5 inches. So it's, you know, the car from the butt to the front is probably 14 and a half inches long. The wheelbase, I think, is 11 and something inches. But I lost my little tape measure here. I don't remember it. Right now I'm just popping out some screws, guys, to get in there. There isn't too many of them. My camera is, my computer is lagging or something here. Something stopped. Did I freeze? Or did I pause it? Oh no. There we go, I paused it. Sorry about that, guys. It's not a computer, it's more of a note. It's a notebook. And it, I don't know. It's messed up. I need something better. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about too, why I couldn't take the front end apart. Why I couldn't pull the whole front assembly out when I took the axles out. When I get in here, you'll see why. Ooh, I gotta get rid of that, I gotta get rid of that zippy tie is in my way. I went to Walmart the other day and bought a little jeweler's kit, just so I could have a little tiny set of side cutters. I have some, but like everything, I don't know where I put them. I know as much tearing apart as I do, I need to take stock and zippy tie. So how is it today out where you guys live? It's cold and rainy where I live today. It actually snowed last night and rained at the same time. Well, not last night, about 2:30 this morning. Oh yeah, that fan's... There we go. I gotta take these ones out of the front too, and I'm gonna get into the front later anyway, so I gotta take them out to begin with. Oh, what the heck? I never tightened the front screws from the first time, guys, up here. I never tightened those screws the first time. Oh my god. I just put them in. How did they stay in there? Yeah, they're not in there tight. How in the heck? That's pretty funny. Oh yeah, more zippy ties. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to have to send the wife to buy more zippy ties. I don't have any left. I'm going to try to set my room up a little different here at some time, guys. Once I can figure out how to do it, then I can, why is that sticking? Oh, then I can move my air around, then you'll be able to see better. And once that little part comes in that I ordered for the camera, the other camera, you'll be able to see a lot better then. Alright. Now, if I can get this so you guys can see it. Well, these things are. take a check at that spur gear, guys. How that spur gear is in there. Oh, whoa. Can't see. I got a strap holding my phone on the stand, and it's right in where my picture is. That's why I move it side to side, guys, because I can't tell what I'm looking at. See the spur gear? See that? It's hooked right directly on that drive shaft. There's no bearing holder there, and then a little short connector, nothing. It's drive shaft holds that spur gear in. So if I was to pull the front drive shaft, well, not front drive shaft, the whole drive shaft that connects to the front, this spur gear would fall right out, and I'd have no way to keep it in there. So that's why I was telling you the other day and saying earlier, that's why I had to leave everything in the front end. Trying to back you guys out a little bit so you're not so close and it's driving you nuts, but now my phone's gonna mess up. I gotta get a better phone. I got a cheapie from Walmart. Only because I destroyed my really good phone and I was upset at myself. So I kind of punished myself by getting a junk phone. Yeah, don't do that to yourselves, guys. Don't punish yourselves and get a junk phone, because they're just no good. Alright, here we go. It's this quick to get into that, guys, just like that. Ew. What is that? Oh, wow. I don't know. It's almost like it was squeezing the hot glue out of the case. It's almost like I got hot glue all over the gear. I don't know what that is. It almost looks like it. I got little fibers here. I don't know if you can see that. That's crazy. 47 and sunny. Let me see. I'll tell you what it is. I got a thermometer right in my window. Yeah, and we're at 41, cloudy and rain. But that's not too far off from each other. Oh wow, what happened here? The back gear still looks good, but... Oh wow. Wow. No, no, no. Whoa. I think... Yeah, there was, right there, I see it. I found the problem, guys. I found out, I don't know if you saw it fall out on the table right then. I found out what happened to that drive. Inside of this case is all scratched, gouged deep. I don't see any holes in it yet, so I think that'll be okay, but you have, on a car, I don't know, I don't want to do that because a lot of people are not. Let me see. Maybe I can get zoomed in to show you exactly. Can't see if you can see it. You see that gear right there, guys? On the end that drives your ring gear? Look in the end of it. The screw fell out. Screw fell out, so it was, I don't know, screw fell out and did something. I don't know if you can see in that housing cover, especially in the back, it's all plastic torn up everywhere in there. So that screw was going around, but I wonder how that would have lost, I wonder how that would have made me lose only one side and not both sides. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know how that wouldn't have locked up the whole rear end. I don't understand how that would only stop one side. So I'm gonna have to tear that apart anyways and look at it. But that is one problem. That screw fell out, and that is destroyed on the inside here. Oh my god. I hope there's no holes all the way through. But here. Get rid of some of the stuff here that's in the way. Oh wow, yeah, look at that. I don't know if you see the material coming out of it. It's all ground up plastic. Oh god, yeah. Look at it all. It's all ground up plastic rear end casing. That little screw did that kind of damage. Holy crap. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. That's all ground up plastic. Guys, I don't know. Ooh, that feels bad. Wow. The divider that goes in your rear end here, you know, where your gear sets, one side, well, they have like a little line in between, so you have a little belly tray on each side. That inside divider line on this is gone. It's just totally gone. So it's like that pinion gear in there, or ring gear, was walking like this. You see what I'm saying? It was doing like this. It had to have been, because it ate that whole center line right out of the rear end housing. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to put, I don't think I'm going to be able to put another, wow. No, I think I ruined this car, guys. I think it's going to be a front wheel drive car from now on. Yeah. Just because, wow, now I have nothing for a keeper in there to keep that from moving around. I don't know, I'm going to have to get into that a little deeper. This, let me look at that. Oh, no, wait. I think this one, I thought it was made onto the chassis, this one, like a lot of your cheaper ones are. But no, I actually can get that off. That looks like that screws on. So I haven't destroyed the car. I think I can just order a whole nother rear end to put in it. Yeah, not much room for loose parts at all. Yeah, yeah. It looks like I can do a new gear case, RC guy. I thought it was built onto the chassis. It kind of looked like it was, but the more I look at it, it looks like I can take it off. I'm gonna have to unshoe glue my wheelie bar to get in at the screws. So that'll be the end of working on that for a second or two, on camera at least, because that's going to take a little bit of tinkering around. I'm not set up to do that yet. I still want to tear apart this diff and see what it looks like inside with hot glue, and see if the hot glue did hold up. Because my thoughts were the hot glue gave out, but now what I'm seeing, I don't think it was the hot glue. Well, I know the hot glue did it, but I don't think the hot glue gave out. Yeah, I gotta get a new gear case. Yeah, I gotta get a new gear case. Oh yeah, it's even like melted plastic in the screw heads right here. Wow. Bearing feels okay still on that side. Ooh, this one doesn't though. That one feels rough. I think I just got to oil it up a little. I think it's got some plastic material stuck in it or something. It's got to have something in it with the amount of plastic. I mean, I'm just pulling it right off. I don't know if you see these things. Shreds of plastic. Oh, shoot. Ah, that's all right. I'll sweep it. So we'll pull that. Wow, that bearing don't even want to come off from there. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to probably clean them up and do a little oil bath soak like RC Garage does. I'd soak them and, yeah, try to get some of that stuff out of them. Sheesh. Yeah, I never figured, wow. I never gave a thought of tightening that screw, guys, when I was in there doing all this stuff, and I guess right there, that's a lesson to me. Oh, this thing is just covered. You know, whenever you're going to put more power into a vehicle and you're going to mess around in the rear end housing, or if you're just going to put more power to a vehicle, maybe it would be a benefit to check the front and rear end and make sure everything's tight and can handle it before you, yeah, destroy something like what I just did. Like I said, guys, it's a $100 car, and I had no problem. There's no problem with it. I figured something was going to break. And I've been so surprised and happy with this car because nothing has broke so far until this point. And like I said, I mean, it's going to break. It wasn't designed to run two-wheel drive tied to 8x8s, you know, or 6x6s, and roasted on a garage floor. I don't think the guy that made it said, hey, yeah, let's put this stuff in it because we know people are going to tie this to their garage floor and burn the tires off it. I don't think that was meant for that. So like I said, I'm happy as heck with this little car. I'd support the company on this for this little car. Let's get in this and see what it looks like. I don't have the vector. You guys can. Okay. Ah, what are you doing, you stupid little thing? Get away from my screws. You always steal my screws. Cut that out. Just messing with you, I see that. Uh-oh. Can't get it apart. Okay. We'll get it apart. Crank this baby up to 400 degrees. Whew, that's hot. We're going to put a little fire on this. Woo! Everything's hot. I love this new soldering gun, guys. This heat gun has saved me so many times now. I mean, I have a heat gun out in my garage, a Blue Point one, but I mean, it's a big heat gun. It's for automotive. This thing's actually for soldering, but it's actually small. You can use it for parts. I use it to heat my bodies and flex my bodies when they're not quite right. Or if I want to move my bumpers and stuff because they're a little too close, I just heat them, pull on them, and stretch them out. I love it. Ah, there we go. See that, guys? A little bit of heat does it every time. Wow, are you kidding me? They held together. Alright, guys, so by the looks of it, it weren't the spider gears. They held together. So that's basically, that's what it was. Wow, that's so weird. It was that screw fell out in the rear end housing, but can anybody tell me how could that screw fall out into the rear end housing and only lock up one side of the rear end? You know, how could it only lock up one side of the diff when I had everything hot glued inside? So no matter what, if you stopped one side, it should have stopped the other side. And that didn't let go because I can't turn that in my fingers. Unless, I think I know what happened. It must have bound up and loosened this gear on this side of the cover. And that would have killed the drive on that side, I believe. That's what I think happened. Okay. Because, yeah, it wasn't the hot glue. Everything looks good in there. Nothing's broke. Nothing's mashed. I figured they were shattered right into pieces in here. Not a bit of problem with anything in there. So, that wasn't the problem. Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with them. Okay. So, yeah, that was the problem, guys. A loose screw on the end of the drive shaft gear is what took out Burnout Truck. But don't worry. Now that I see what it is, and I see that I can take that cover off, I will be ordering one of them here right off. And I'll have that part fixed. Because it's a fun little cheap car to play with. I love messing with it. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna have to do something different here for my burnout truck, because the parts probably for this won't be in for a while. So something. Where is that shelf? On that shelf over there is gonna be sacrificed for a burnout car. So it might be a Mustang, might be a Supra, might be a Subaru. Heck, maybe I'll pull the front drive out of the Everest 10, drop her down, and that'll be my burnout truck. That'd be awesome. Oh. Okay guys, well I'm not going to do any more with that, because now I see where it is and what I got to do to it. I do want to talk a little more about my Red Cat short course. I got looking that over last night after the memorial service I had for the shredder, and I noticed an issue. Let me just get rid of this yucky stuff here. Hey Justin, we're just tearing down the rear end in the burnout truck to see what gave way. And it's really nothing gave way. It's just a screw came loose and fell out, which caused a lot of problems for a tiny little screw. Caused a lot of problems. But hey, it didn't break any of the gears. I mean, it just messed up a plastic housing. I mean, actually, I'm pretty lucky. I mean, all I gotta do is replace the plastic housing. Dirt inside everything. I thought, you guys might even notice it right away, but I thought I had overgeared this. Okay? Well, I didn't overgear it. What my problem is, should be able to see it right from there. Look at this, guys. It's not unplugged. It broke. Well, it didn't even break. It didn't even break. This bullet plug. Where's my arm? I can't tell where I am if I'm even showing it. Where's the key? There we go. Down. This little bullet plug right here, see inside? Hardly any solder, right? All your solder's down here on this little wire. Whoever hooked this motor up and did the wire soldering on it did not get good penetration with these bullet plugs. And ever since I put this system in, I've had an issue with it. It's really upset me. So I've messed with it. I've had no good luck with it. Well, what it is, and that's why in the grass it cogged like that. It didn't have power enough to take off. It would kind of jitter and go. It's because it's getting not the right power that it needs. You know, everything's sending power to the ESC, and the ESC's throwing it to this motor, and it's getting to these bad connections, and it's arcing like in there, which causes it to stutter and act up and be unreliable. So if you have that issue, and that's why I always tell people, wiggle your ESC wires, unplug them until you find the right one. Because if you have a car that when you go to, let's say, go pull the trigger and it's cogging real bad, if you sit there and you unplug one wire, pull your trigger, see what your car does. Your car might move slow for a second like that, and then you know, oh, I just unplugged the yellow wire and now it's not cogging when I take off. There's a ground issue, a connection issue with that yellow wire somewhere. And 90% of the time, it's in these stupid little bullet plugs because they don't solder them on properly. So it's not the gear problem, like I was saying. It's a power issue, and that's something I'm going to have to fix. But it was just barely touching on there. And I noticed it looked kind of weird. Oh, I can't get that out of there? Yeah. I noticed it looked kind of weird, so I went to move the wire, and when I did, it actually came right unhooked. And I was like, oh, what? And I got looking at it. I thought I broke the wire. But, excuse me, I got looking at it, and no, I didn't break the wire. You can even, I don't know if you can see, there's a through hole on the side of these that allows them to, where's my flashlight? There's a through hole on the side of these that allows them to put solder in. I can't see with my hands on it. That strap's right in the way. Right there. Little through hole. I don't know if you can see it. It's right head on there. See it? If I move the flashlight the other way, you can see that little glowing light? That's a through hole. That's where they're allowed to push the solder and the heat through. You know what I mean? They put their heat in that little hole. That allows them to push the solder in through the end. Well, whoever's soldering these, either they don't understand that's how they work, nobody's taught them right, or they just don't care. Because there was no solder pushed through that side hole. It's just as clean as can be. No residue, no nothing on it. You can see it right there. It's crazy. Just goes to show you workmanship nowadays. Nobody, quality doesn't exist anymore, I guess, guys. It doesn't exist. But that's the issue I have right there, is that broke that little bullet connector. So I'm going to fix that, and that's that. So, like I said way back, oh wow, my zoom in. There we go. Jeez, you guys don't need to be looking at me that close. Well, I probably scared a bunch of people just then, didn't I? You were like, ah! But that's the issue with that, you know. And like I said, you know, from the start, a little before, I love Red Cat. And, you know, I love everything about them. They just need to have a little bit better quality control. Another little issue I have is the way they mounted the body. Terrible. Again, I'll show you. You got to tuck the body in first behind the back bumper, okay, to lock it. And now look, see how far it sticks over the front bumper? Can you see that? Look how far that sticks over the front bumper. I put my whole hand in there. There's put it where it goes here on the back. I can't even get the back to go where it goes because the back bumper's not even set right. The front bumper's set way in, probably an inch and a half too much, and the back bumper's set in about a ½ inch too much. So when you go to put the cover on, look how much you're going to bend this, guys. Now look at it. Look at the big hump in it. Look how stupid that looks. Isn't that dumb? So whoever put the body together from the factory did something wrong, and I got to check it over because it's driving me bonkers to have to smush that body up and make it hunch in the middle like a Halloween cat. Because there's no need of that. I mean, it's not like they give these things away. You know, they charge enough for them, and they sell enough quantity of them, they can do a little better on their quality control. You know, and that's my only issue with Red Cat, is the quality control. It's a hit or miss. You know, my Gen 7 was great right from the start. My Everest 10's been good. And then a few of my other ones, you know, I've had issues with right from the start. So, but probably that's with any RC company, I guess. Alright guys, that's pretty much all I had today. I just wanted to, told you I was going to do a little something last night. And I just wanted to tear that down and see what failed and what broke. And you know, like I said, here again, I'll say it again, I love these little cars, because actually, you know, nothing broke on the car. It was a screw that fell out. So it wasn't part failure. It was installee failure, not even. It was my failure, because, you know, it comes with a 540 brushed motor, guys, and I put a 3900 kV. You know, I doubled the power in this car, and then turned it to two-wheel drive. Sheesh. And that's all that happened was the screw fell out, putting it under them conditions. They're a good little car. So, like I was saying, guys, appreciate you all coming, and hope you have a good day. Later.